when we're working with students, we encourage them to do is resist the temptation to use a computerized template. We encourage students to use their word processing skills from a blank document, and we just basically walk them through step by step each part of the resume, each element of the resume. The header is the very first part of the resume, which includes the student's name, address, telephone number if it's a landline or a cell phone, and also a current email address. Sometimes students have funny or controversial or silly email addresses that they use for personal use, and that's fine. Nobody's saying you shouldn't have those personalized email addresses. However, when you're conducting a job search, it's important to be professional from top to bottom on the resume. So we encourage them to use their current student email once they leave the university to create a professional email address, so they have that professionalism from the top to the bottom. The next part of the document is going to be the objective, and we talked about this a little bit before. The best objective is a focused objective. Recruiters know when a student has made a cookie cutter objective for multitudes of employers. They know that, they can read between the lines. The GPA issue is a very controversial issue in resume writing, and you'll probably, when you talk to numerous people about GPAs, you'll get numerous types of feedback. But as a rule of thumb, we encourage students that have a 3.0 or higher to definitely put that GPA on the resume. When we're talking about students that have below a 3.0, I think that it's important to make them understand that this is their document. They need to be proud of their document. If that 2.6 GPA makes them uncomfortable, they're not really proud of that, to me, I think a 2.6 is awesome, especially if you've got a great internship or some great work history or activities on campus. Hey, I think that showing well-roundedness is absolutely critical. The student that has a 4.0 GPA and doesn't have any experience is probably going to be overlooked, quite frankly. But typically for a cover letter, I kind of tend to focus on the opening and the body of the cover letter and the closing. And once again, kind of referring back to how we started the resume, focus is very, very important. The opening paragraph is one where you have to sort of ask the student, how are you using, I need to stop for a second, how are you using this document? Where is this going? How did you hear about this job? It's important to tell the reader where you found the information. So they know kind of what you've been telling people where you've been looking is a sign of the fact that you are actively engaged in your job search. Being actively engaged in your job search is absolutely critical. You can't sit back and let the internet do all the work for you. Absolutely not. One of the things in a job search strategy, which is very apparent in written communication, is being an active participant in your own success.